Alright, here we are with my $150 engine that now has well over 4 figures into it, Christopher. You know.
I knew you were going to do that.
So, it's time to start building this engine, I guess. So, keep people up to speed. This is a 9A 2-liter 16 valve, not stock in whatever year your Jetta was, as we established.
No.
Even though you kept telling me it's
the motor.
swap, there's just wires going to nothing for no reason.
Well, I mean, they did come with the 16 valve.
They did. Not a 2-liter.
No, obviously not, but we didn't
2-liter.
until we pulled it out.
But, I mean, yours may have been a 16 valve, but it was obvious that it had been swapped because of all the nonsense going on. But anyway, this is now honed 20 thousandths over. We got Wiseco 11-to-1 forged pistons going in it. No, I didn't buy any forged rods for it because then I'd be way too tempted to put a turbo on it. And this is an NA build. Crank is not altered at all. And the shop, I'll show you the clearance numbers that he wrote when he checked all the clearances on the bearings, or the bearing surfaces anyway. Before we get too far into this, let me give a big shout out to FCP Euro as usual, even though there's nothing that I can think of from FCP that'll be going into this video. There's a big box of stuff that FCP Euro sent me and a clutch kit, like almost $1,000 worth of stuff, and they gave me no obligation to shout them out more than the first time it happened, but I'm going to every video. So I'm going to give the camera to Brock. Follow Brock's Instagram. But while I do love FCP Euro, we have someone else to talk about in this video. The guy that made this really possible at this point, because a lot of you guys know I was looking for oil squirters for this blog, which are no longer available in the US, period. Not even Volkswagen dealerships. Nobody has them. And this guy named Joseph Bruckner hit me up. And if you look right on this box is from Germany. And we'll get to the parts, obviously, in a second. But first, look at this. Shit. 90s Volkswagen Magazines, dude. Look at all these old, like, VHS movies and stuff.
Look at all the colors.
It's so sick. There's a whole stack of them in here. And this dope sticker that he originally intended to go on the JDMW. But BMW sucked. But yeah, so this is cool too, like maintenance stickers in German from Germany.
You need to put one on your car.
I'm going to.
Good.
But this is the key element here, a full brand new set of OEM Volkswagen Audi oil squirters, which I did recently find out is the same as the 1.8T ones, and you can still get them in the US, but we don't need to talk about that because that's not nearly as cool. So we're gonna pop these in, we're gonna put the crank in, but first, I just got the engine back from the machine shop once again, and you can see that my piston rings have been gapped. He wrote the ring gaps right there. And one kind of ridiculous thing to me in terms of production quality is that these Wiseco pistons, they measured all of them and wrote down the exact diameter to the 10,000th place, and all 4 of them are exactly identical. That's some 10,000ths of an inch.
That's some high quality manufacturing right there.
It really is. So, yeah, got my piston ring pliers, and I'm really terrified I'm gonna break them. So, here we go, I guess. The bottom rings are on the top, so don't freak out. You put them in so that you grab the bottom ring first, put it on the piston, and then grab the top ring. There's some guy watching me that builds engines every day of his life right now going, being a pussy, just do it. Spent way more money than I should have on this build so far, so, you know, let me be afraid. It's also worth noting that I was trying to have him gap them to 0.05, but the bottom or top rings, no, the bottom rings were already above that, so they're still within the spec of the manual. So the only rings I don't have on are God, I don't even know what they're called. The wavy ones. That's the technical definition.
Yeah, the wiggly ones?
Yeah. These guys right here. And they have a mark. Can you see that on the camera, that pink mark?
I doubt it.
Well, there's a pink mark right there that shows the overlap where you need to trim them to be around the piston properly. I'm afraid of that too, so I'm going to do more research on that before we do that. But the piston rings are on the pistons. That's all I was worried about for that right now. So now we're going to flip them off. Alright, Chris, here's what I was saying. These are all of the measured tolerance issues.
Oh, okay.
So basically what that's saying is, for example, this one, 10,000ths of an inch worth of the bearing material got ground away. So that is now, if you use stock bearings, which I'm going to, there's a 10,000ths of an inch gap.
Good enough.
Yeah, we're 0.028 and we're at 0.0006. Is that actually wear limit? Main bearing radial clearance. Yeah, well, we're well within it then. 0.0067 is the limit, and we're at
Oh yeah.
0.0006 at most. And I think he was primarily more concerned about the discrepancy from 0.002 to 06 in the middle here. My sister's bringing me thread lockers, so right now I'm shouting out HumbleMechanic because we're working on a Volkswagen and using Marvel Mystery Oil. So that guy's a G, dude. You ever watch his channel?
Who?
HumbleMechanic.
I have not.
He's big on Volkswagens and VR6s especially. But he did this great series on like rebuilding an engine from the ground up, and dude, it was so well done and so well thought out. But yeah, so basically I'm gonna cover this, but I'm just doing this for added measure, so I can feel good about no rust building up on the cylinder walls, and this makes them nice and clean. I'll do it again before we put the pistons in, and I'm gonna have the pistons covered in oil. Obviously, when I did the Volvo, I covered the pistons in Marvel Mystery Oil instead of regular engine oil. I might do that again. Dude, I don't know what to do with myself when I'm looking at an engine that I own that's this clean. Yeah, thread locker. This is what we've been waiting for. Oh my god. It's happening, guys. Just think, 2 years from now this car might run.
You were just thinking about something pretty else.
You know how heartbreaking it was when I looked up the video the last time I drove this car, and it was in 2016, and I was like,
That hurts.
oh wow, that thing's been sitting.
I didn't know that was long. I didn't know it was that long.
Alright guys, it's time. Harbor Freight, don't let me down.
Snaps.
That's it? Really? For how hard it was to get these things out?
Thread locker. It's like glue.
First I bought the wrong book, and then I bought the right one. Because the other one just said, all except 2-liter 16 valve on every page. And I was like, well, that's not going to work for me. I tried to sell it for $5 and only buy it. I paid like 20 for it. I was like, I'm going to mark these so I remember which one goes where. Thanks, Volkswagen. They're all numbered. Wow, that's amazing. I'm just going to make sure the bolts stay with them though. It just feels so wrong to be any sort of aggressive with this thing for how much f***ing money I've spent on it at this point.
You know it. I am actually really excited to see this run, dude.
Oh, they even lubricated the bolts for me. What a bunch of nice guys over there at Buffett and Brad Racing Engines. So we got all the upper main bearings in. So those are all in. I was freaking out a little bit because we have one more upper style, but I realized that the third one uses the upper style on both sides. At least that's how it is in the book, so that's what we're going with. So now I'm gonna put Marvel Mystery Oil on the journals, I guess, on the crankshaft. I don't know what I'm doing, dude. I'm just reading the book, I'm building an engine. Obviously, assembly lube on the bearings, and then we'll drop the crank in and bolted up. So I damn near forgot to put these in. The thrust washers. That would have been a serious issue. I'm glad I caught myself, because that would have been probably the most expensive fuck up I've ever made on this channel. Alright, these. How am I not learning that the bolts fall out when you hold it upside down? There's nothing holding the bolts in. Those thrust washers make for a real tight fit, which I understand that's the idea, but it was kind of aggravating if I'm honest. But now we're back on track, like a heart attack. If anyone can name that reference, you win a free internet.
Dang.
I mean, I'm not paying for it, but... Here we go, ladies and germs. Looks pretty smooth to me.
Yeah.
My God, I'm building an engine, Brock. That's pretty cool. Everything's torqued to spec, all properly lubed up. Oh yeah. So far so good, boys. If you'd like to help see this build progress faster, check out patreon.com/bcautos. Again, if everybody contributed $1 a month, we could have stuff done so fast. I have pretty much everything I need to build the engine, but I still need to buy a lot of stuff for the actual swap. And now I'm all antsy and I want to do it, but gotta not rush it because I almost didn't put thrust washers in there and they'd be real bad. If you want to specifically fund the Rice Corolla, you can check out GoFundMe.com/Corolla Coaster. We're taking that to Vegas in 2 weeks, which came up a whole lot faster than I expected. I just wasn't keeping track of the time. What is your deal? So, what? Here, be a parrot. No, God. So yeah, check out GoFundMe.com/Corolla Coaster. You can help everything get done faster. We gotta get some stuff done on the Volvo and a whole lot of stuff done on the Mustang. If you want to see a picture of your car at the end of the video, send a picture of it to me at cursedforeverhelp@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram, add me on Snapchat at BigB1011, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.